Rick Weaver, Henry Barrow, and Fred Woodson back at the Orange Bowl in Miami. Larry Zonka needs 48 yards on the ground to rush for his third consecutive 1,000-yard season and join Jim Brown, Leroy Kelly, and Jim Taylor as the only backs in NFL history to have done that. Brown actually did it twice. We have so many people injured that this is going to be, certainly has to be the key factor for Miami going into the initial playoff game next week. How many people do you have that can play the game of football? Jim Thrower, number 21, a four-year man from East Texas State. Dick Jaron, a fine rookie, number 26 from Yale, are back as the deep men to receive the kickoff from Garo Yepremian. Here is the kick. Garo gets it high, back in the end zone, a couple of yards deep. Thrower starts out at the 5, the 10, the far side. He is knocked off the feet at the 15-yard line. So the Lions will start from their 15, the tackle made by Henry Stuckey on the Dolphins special team. All right, Mel Farr, Steve Owens, the running backs. John Hilton, a 9-year man, number 81 from Richmond, is starting at tight end. Bill Munson will be the quarterback. They have two tight ends up there, which is an indication, at least right off the bat, that they intend to run at the Dolphins. Charlie Sanders and Hilton are both in there at the tight ends. Waiting for the snap from center. They have one running back, and that is Sanders. Owens, rather. And Owens hits the middle and gets out to about the 17-yard line. The ball is out at the 17. It'll be a second down and 8. Now they have the two backs in there. Mel Farr is in the ball game along with Owens. Waiting for the snap from center is Bill Munson. Here's the handoff. Farr over the right side, and he is backed up at about the 20-yard line, and that's all. He is stacked up right at about the 20-yard line. Mel Farr carried on the play. And there was a fumble, and the Dolphins come up with it. A fumble. Vern Denherter did a little searching, and Denherter comes up with the football at the 21-yard line. We were given the initial indication by our spotter, Al Book, that there was a fumble. No reaction from the players or the officials on the field until the fumble was recovered. It occurred underneath the pileup, and Denherter got it. So the Dolphins come out with excellent field position at the Lions' 21-yard line. Warfield spreads to the near side. Briscoe to the far side. Waiting for the snap from center is Bob Greasy, who gets the starting out at quarterback today. The ball at the Lions' 21. He drops the throw. He's looking for Warfield down the near corner. He's got it! On the first play from scrimmage, Greasy, a couple of steps back, lofted a pass down into the near corner, right by the flag. Levi Johnson, the rookie right cornerback, was defeated on the play. Warfield gets the TD, his 8th of the season. Greasy passes for his 14th. And the Dolphins strike first off the fumble recovery by Vern Denherter. So we have a 7-0 ball game. Dolphin football action continues from the Orange Bowl with a score: Miami 7, Detroit 0. Second down and 6. Detroit from their 41-yard line. Jesse splits far side. O'Brien to the near side. Munson with a long count. Hands off to Farr. Sweep to the left. He is caught from behind by Mike Cullen and dumped for a loss. Check it. Bob Matheson. Bob Matheson blitzing on the play. Gets him back at the 35-yard line. Matheson came shooting through there like he was shot out of a cannon, and they're going to mark it at the 36. So he loses some 5 yards on the play. They never got the sweep started, and as Matheson was booming through there and nailed him for a loss back at the 36-yard line. The ball at the Detroit 36-yard line, third down and 11. On the snap, Munson drops deep. He sets up. Now he's going to have to break out of the pocket. He's being chased. He dumps it off. Incomplete. Pressure applied that time by Doug Swift. Swift was in on him and perhaps deflected with a finger the attempted pass intended for Charlie Sanders, the tight end. But it falls to the ground incomplete, and the Lions will have to go into a punting situation. Herman Weaver, who is one of the better punters in the NFC, Weaver with a 42.9 average, is the kicker. He played his college ball at the University of Tennessee. Weaver stands back at the 20. Here's the snap. He gets off a low trajectory bullet, out kicking the coverage. There will be a run back. Scott grabs it back to the Dolphins' 13, shakes the tackle at the 15, still bouncing off people, and he's nailed at the 18-yard line. So the Dolphins will start from their 18-yard line. Miami leads by a score of 7-0. And there's a timeout on the field. Dolphin football action continues from the Orange Bowl with the score: Miami 7, Detroit 0. Defensively for the Lions, Ken Sanders, Herb Orbis, Bob Bell, and Larry Hand to the front four. The linebackers left to right: Paul Newmoff, Mike Lucci, and Charlie Weaver. The corners are Lem Barney and Levi Johnson, and the safeties are Dick Jaron and Mike Weger. That's a first down for the Dolphins, their first of the ball game. The ball at the Miami 30. Greasy ready to go to work. Briscoe splits far side. Warfield to the near side. Dolphins lead 7-0. Capitalizing on an early Detroit mistake. Here's a handoff. Zonka, big hole right side. Across the 35, out to the 36-yard line. Rambo's Larry Zonka. Tackled by Orbis. along with Charlie Weaver, who played his college ball out at the University of Southern California.
I got to say right now that so far, rookie Ed Newman has been doing his job. He's taking care of his man and doing real well. I want to see what he does on sweeps, though.
And getting his start, replacing Larry Little, who's been given a rest, resting that right shoulder this afternoon. Second down and 4, Dolphins from their 36-yard line. On the snap, Greasy drops the throw, looking left downfield for Warfield. He's got it at the 40 out of bounds. Inside the 40 down at the Lions' 36-yard line. Levi Johnson, the right cornerback, again was beaten on the play. And he was taken apart on that touchdown pass earlier by Warfield. Johnson and Uyghur ran him out. A great pass as Greasy threw a strike. They mark it at the 35-yard line. All right, we have third down, less than a yard. The Dolphins at the Detroit 26-yard line. On the snap, here's a handoff, kick, hole left side. He's got the first down inside the 25, down to about the 21. Paul Newmoth, the left side linebacker, makes the tackle.
Jim Kick that time looked like the Jim Kick of old. Rick, we talked about being worried about Jim's hesitating behind the line of scrimmage, and that was probably due to being rusty from not a lot of playing.
First down, Miami up the 21-yard line in Lions territory. Here's the snap. Zonka, hole left side, dragging Cooper with him inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line. Rambo's Larry Zonka. Shooting for that third consecutive 1,000-yard season, Bobby Bell, the right tackle, three-year man from Cincinnati, makes the stop. Zonka gets down to the 13, and that'll bring up a second down. And 2 as he picks up 8 more. That now gives him 20 on the day. Briscoe splits wide to the far side. Warfield is slot man to the far side. Kicking Zonka the split back. In behind, Bob Greasy. Greasy on the snap, hands the kick. A hole to the left side, through down to the 10. Inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line goes Jim Kick. Charlie Weaver, the right side linebacker, makes the tackle, but not before Kick gets another first down. They mark it just inside the 8. The Dolphins will have a first and goal from the 7. We'll call it the 7-yard line. Ball actually at about the 7.5.
Rick, I don't know about you, but this drive so far has reminded me of 1971 with Butch and Sundance and the passing to Warfield. Brings back those memories.
Well, they're blocking extremely well for each other, and that is what makes both of these backs so effective. A slot formation to the left side. Kick is the slot man. First and goal at the Lions 7. Greasy drops the throw, has time, fires. Warfield, touchdown! And here come the handkerchiefs.
And there goes Levi.
Levi Johnson, the rookie right corner from Texas A&I. Again, beaten on the play. That was nothing more than a slant over the middle as Warfield just outstepped him. And the Dolphins score again as Warfield catches his second TD of the ball game. Greasy throws his second touchdown pass. Greasy to Warfield, 7 yards, 82-yard drive, 11 plays. A well-executed drive with 3:18 to go in this first quarter. Dolphin football action continues from the Orange Bowl in Miami with the score. Miami 14, Detroit nothing. Third down and 3. Lions ball from their 35-yard line. They have not been able to get on track. Back to throw. Munson has time, dumps it across the middle. It is knocked down and dropped, actually, by Owen. Slanting across from his fullback spot. Having a shot at it was Doug Swift. It falls to the ground for an incompletion and brings up a punting situation. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Back is Jake Scott. Dick Anderson is the shallow man. Herman Weaver will kick. The line of scrimmage, the Lions 35. Weaver stands back at the 20. Here's the snap. It's a pretty good rush. Gets it out of there. Out kicks the coverage again. Low trajectory. Anderson grabs it. Back at the 25. The near side of the 30. Shakes the tackle at the 35. He's knocked down at the 36-yard line. Line returned by Dick Anderson at some 11 yards. There it is. That's the gun. That's the end of the first quarter. Dolphin action continues from the Orange Bowl with the score. Miami 14, Detroit nothing. We're getting ready to play in the second quarter. The Dolphins now moving from our left to our right with a 14-0 lead. Have a first down at the Lions' 36-yard line. Warfield spreads far side. Briscoe to the near side. Kick and Zonka the splitbacks. In behind Bob Greasy. Greasy on the snap. Drops deep to throw. Fires out to the near corner. It is caught by Mandich, the tight end, to lose the tackler at the 30. Still going to the 25-yard line before he's knocked off his feet. A fine effort by Jim Mandich after he caught the ball. He juke-stepped around the cornerback, and Lem Barney is the man who finally brought him down, but not before he picked up 5 additional yards and another Miami first down. 11 yards on the pass completion to tight end Jim Mandich along the near sideline, and the ball will be marked at the Lions' 25-yard line. This Detroit team looks listless, but they are being made to look that way by this Dolphin offensive unit. Bring up a second down and 10 for the Dolphins at the Lions' 25-yard line. Zonka thus far, 7 carries, 31 yards. He needs unofficially just 17 more yards to run for his 1,000-yard season. Reese throwing across the middle. Warfield can't hold it at the 5. Pass was thrown low. Warfield slanting across the middle down at the 5-yard line and could not hold on to the football. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for Miami at the Detroit 25-yard line. Zonka is a slot man to the left. 3rd down and 10. Somebody jumps from the Lions. Does not get back. Flags are thrown. Here's a pass. It's picked off by Barney at the 7-yard line, intended for Briscoe. He's at the 10, but flags go down. And I think that interception may be nullified because the Lions perhaps jumped offside. It is against the Detroit Lions for defensive offside, and the pass interception will be nullified. The Dolphins retain possession of the ball. So they prevent the interception, get the ball back, and pick up yardage, retain possession of the down, 3rd and 5 at the Detroit 20-yard line. Reese on the snap, drops straight back to throw. He is looking up the middle, fires. It is overthrown, intended for Mandich, the tight end. And he would have needed 2-step ladders to get to that one. That ball was way upstairs. Barney and Jaron, the defense on the play, so Garrow is going to get a chance to kick a field goal here. It'll be a 27-yard attempt as the Dolphins fail to get into the end zone for 6 points. Here's the snap. Set down. The kick is up. He's got the distance. It's perfect. It is perfect. 13 minutes, 2 seconds left to play in the first half. Dolphin football continues from the Orange Bowl with a score. Miami 17, the Lions nothing. The Dolphin offensive line has performed very capably, and so are the youngsters who are getting initial game activity this afternoon on defense. Cannot fault any efforts by the Dolphins thus far in this ball game. The ball is out at the Detroit 28, a 3rd down and 4. Detroit has not had any penetration at all this afternoon across the 50-yard line. On the snap, Munson a couple of steps back. The quick slant for O'Brien. It's overthrown, incomplete. The ball was really upstairs. O'Brien, off the near side receiver, was slanting toward the middle, and Munson just a couple of quick steps back. Tried to hit him, but he threw the ball too high. So Herman Weaver, who is punted, will be the kicker on 4th down situation. With 11:25 to play in the first half. Here's the snap. Gets a good rush, gets off a nice spiral. Again, out kicks the coverage. Shot back to the 23, starts from the middle, breaks in the middle, 25 to the 30. Shakes the tackler across the 35. And he's off his feet right there. Another good return by Jake. Dick Jaron on the special teams makes the tackle. They mark it out at the 36. So give him a return of 13 yards. Zonka thus far has carried 8 times, 34 yards. Unofficially, he needs just 14 more yards to become only the 4th back in NFL history to rush for 1,000 yards in 3 consecutive years. Clock moving with 10 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Reese, 3rd and 7. Here's a trap play. Zonka, big yardage, 40, 45, 50, down in the Lions territory at the 48-yard line. And that should be enough. Let's see what they mark it at the 48. In Lions territory, that should be Zonka's 1,000-yard season for the 3rd straight year. It is. It is. Zonka picks up the first down, and it becomes only the 4th back in National Football League history to have rushed for over 1,000 yards in 3 straight years. Jim Brown, along with Jim Taylor, Leroy Kelly are the others, and Jim Brown actually did it 2 times.
And the officials just brought the ball over to the sideline, gave it to equipment manager Danny Dow, who's holding it toward the zone.
Bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Dolphins at the Lions' 35-yard line. Here's the handoff kick. Hold in the middle. 30, 25, down to the 20, inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. A great trap block off the left side by Irv Goody and Doug Prusan, and Mr. Newman was also assisting on the play. These guys that are filling in this afternoon look gorgeous. Goody, who, of course, is an all-pro, and figures that he should have been starting had he been with any other ball club. Did not really like the trade when he came to the Dolphins, but has done just a great job off that left side. Filling in for the injured Bob Kuchenberg, and Ed Newman, the rookie, has been fantastic for Larry Little. The Dolphins have a first down at the Lions' 16-yard line. Briscoe splits to the near side as he's back in there. Warfield to the far side. Tronco's slot man to the near side. From the 16, Greasy drops to throw. Setting up, he is firing for Warfield in the corner. Wide open. Touchdown! Beautiful catch by Warfield. There is where the both feet inbounds drill that these receivers practice throughout practice sessions and training camp really came in. Warfield was wide open in behind Miller far, but the question was in the corner of the end zone whether or not he would keep both feet in bounds, and he dragged both feet, perfect technique, right on the sideline of the end zone of the far corner from us. That is the third long drive that Greasy's put together. That one's 64 yards, 9 plays, and a 16-yard TD pass to Warfield. 6 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first half. Dolphin football continues from the Orange Bowl with the score: Miami 24, Detroit nothing. Levi Johnson, Dick Giron are the deep men back to receive the kickoff. Johnson a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Grabs it, starts out 5-10 to the 15, straight ahead, nailed at the 20-yard line. 6 minutes, 1 second to go in the first half. Miami leads 24 to nothing. John Hilton is the tight end, Melfar and Steve Owens the split-backs. In behind Munson, Jesse and O'Brien are the wide receivers. Here's the pass as flags go down, and we're going to get roughing the passer called on Vern Denherter. Munson was dumped. Now,
I think we're going to get throwing a ball away, intentional ground.
All right, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Intentional
grounding. Intentional grounding is the call. That is a 15-yard penalty and a loss of down. Vern Denherter is the man who wrapped him up. And that'll bring up a second down. The ball is back at the 10-yard line. 5 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in this first half. Back to throw. Munson fires across the middle. He completes out to Owens, and he gets back out to the 20-yard line. Third down and 9. Ball back at the 20. Munson back to throw. He is going to be tossed. Oh, he breaks out of it, fires a pass upfield. It is intercepted by Larry Ball at the 35. Starts for the near side. Following his blockers. He's at the 35-yard line, right where he intercepted the ball on the far side and knocked down. Pass was intended for John Hilton, the tight end. It deflected off his hands into the hands of linebacker Larry Ball. He had a good blocking cordon in front of him, and he picked up 50 yards, but all laterally across the field. And he's knocked down at the 35, right where he intercepted the pass on the far side of the field. Coming back for the near side. All right, the ball is placed down at the 34, so Ball did get the return of a yard after running some 50 back across the field. Back to throw. Greasy fires to the near sideline. Mandich can't hold it. He's hit out of bounds, incomplete at the 28. Second down and 10 for the Dolphins. The ball at the Lions' 34-yard line. Greasy drops the throw, has excellent protection, swings it out of the backfield to kick on the screen, 35, and gets down to the 31 before he's knocked out of bounds on the near side by Herb Orvis. They mark it at the Lions' 30, so give them a pickup of some 6 yards on the play. Let's check it and make it 4 yards and make it a third down and 6. The ball at the Lions' 30-yard line.
Paul Warfield in motion had gotten open that play. Don't be surprised if they go to Paul on this one.
Warfield is the wide man to the far side. Briscoe to the near side. Kick and Zonka are the split-backs. The ball at the Detroit 30-yard line, third down and 6. On the snap, here comes Greasy, back to throw. He is firing for Warfield. He's got it down at the 6, and he can't hold it. They rule it a recovered fumble by Briscoe. Briscoe, who was also down with Warfield. Warfield was hit. They ruled it a completed pass. He fumbled the ball, and Briscoe down there fell on it. And the Dolphins have the ball at the Detroit 4-yard line. It'll be a completed pass to Paul Warfield. He was hit, fumbled the ball, and Briscoe, who was right down there as a potential receiver also, fell on it, and the Dolphins have it. Retain possession at the Detroit 4-yard line. So the Dolphins come out of that one smelling pretty good. Briscoe comes out of the ball game. Levi Johnson was the man who made the pop on the play, the tackle. Briscoe, as they have the extra tight end in, Wayne Moore and Jim Mandich are the tight ends. Moore normally an offensive tackle. First down and goal from the 4-yard line. Greasy back looking for Warfield. He's got his man whipped again for a touchdown for Warfield.
And Levi just kicked the ground.
Warfield and Greasy have now teamed up for 4 touchdowns, and we're getting close, if not, to a new Dolphin team record in this department. Warfield again going up, and that's breaking off the quarterback and Levi Johnson, who's been beaten on 3 out of those 4 TD passes to Warfield this afternoon. Again, was the man who was whipped on the play. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in this first half, and the Dolphins leading by a score of 31-0, and this game is reminiscent of the Pittsburgh game a couple of weeks ago. The only difference is that the defense turned that one around, and the offense is showing their most awesome display of the season thus far. As Greasy hits Paul Warfield for his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game, That for Warfield is his 11th of the season. For Greasy, his 17th.
Greasy has tied his records of most touchdowns in a game of 4 already.
That drive, 34 yards, 4 plays. That's a new record for Warfield. He breaks his old record, held set against the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 1971. 3 touchdown receptions in a ball game. Greasy has tied his club record of 4 touchdown passes in a ball game. And we're not even through the first half yet. The Dolphins offense just chalking up yardage. Awesome. The Dolphins defense started this whole thing with a recovered fumble. In the first offensive sequence, Denherter pounced upon it after Matheson had struck Mel Farr. Took Greasy 1 play to Warfield, 21 yards to get in for a TD. And the offense has been just great since that time. Buddy?
Rick, they're taking Jake Scott in now for some pictures. I think it's a bruised rib or possibly a broken rib. Not sure yet.
And this is getting to be just a very bad scene as far as the injury condition as this ball club goes going into the playoffs. The big factor will be the team that is healthiest, and they can put it all together.
And now, Rick, the team doctor is taking Jim Mandich into the dressing room.
The Lions have not been able to get the ball across their own 36-yard line in this first half. That's the end of the first half. What's the score? Miami 31, Detroit nothing. The Dolphin defense, we have been mentioning the offense because they have had an awesome display this afternoon in the first half. The defense has really slammed the door, and we've gotten some excellent play out of Baltimore, stopping that running game. Along with Hines, Denherter has had an outstanding ball game on defense. And the linebackers. Nick Bonaconte has not played this afternoon. He is being rested also. The Dolphins have the game in control, 31-0, and the reserves, for the great part, offensively and defensively, are in. 4th down and 3. The ball is at the Miami 41-yard line. If the Dolphins hold, they will come up with excellent field position with the football. 5 minutes and 19 seconds to go in period number 3. Zofko and Owens are the backs. O'Brien splits to the near side, Jesse to the far side. The fans know it. They want the no-names to stop them. 4th and 3 from the Dolphins 41. Munson ready to go to work. Waiting for the snap. On the snap, he drops the throw. Has good protection. Now it breaks down. He is caught by the neck. Dumps the pass off. Throws it away and is going to be tossed. The flag is tossed for intentional grounding again. He was called for this earlier in the ball game. He was grabbed as the Dolphin penetration got through on him. Bob Hines, Moore, Woods, all were in on him. And Malty is the man who threw those big hands up and grabbed him around the shoulder pads. And he just threw the ball into the ground. So the loss of down will not be a factor. It's a 15-yard penalty. It was 4th down anyway. And the Dolphins will take over the football on the intentional grounding call, the second one of the ball game against Munson, back at the Detroit 44-yard line. The Dolphins have Bo Rather, number 82, and Ron Sellers, 34, the 2 wide receivers. The tight end is Jim Mandich. Earl Morrill is the quarterback. Charlie Lee and Don Nottingham are the running back. Zaka, who already has his 3rd 1,000-yard season. Mercury Morris not being used this afternoon. They set it an eye. 2nd and 7, 4:19 to go in this third quarter. The ball at the Lions' 41-yard line. Morrill, the quarterback, ready to go to work. Here's the handoff. Lee starts outside, back to his left. 40, 35, 40, down to the 25-yard line. Shoots Charlie Lee. 15 yards. They mark it down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins a first down at the Lions' 26. 3rd down and 5 from the Lions' 20. Sellers splits to the far side, Rather to the near side. Nottingham will set as a slot man to the far side. Back to throw. Morrill, he is firing across the middle. Rather can't hold it. Drops the ball at the 6-yard line. Rather got inside the defensive back and appeared from here to have him whipped, but he couldn't hold on to it. So that brings up a 4th down. We're going to get a field goal attempt from Garrow with 2 minutes and 20 seconds showing on the board, left to play in the 3rd period. Garrow has one earlier of some 27 yards. And this is the last official ball game of the season. He would like to wrest that scoring title away from Girella. And he trailed him by some 7 points going into today's play. This will be a 28-yard field goal attempt down here at the west end. Morrill holds. The kick is up. He has a distance. It's good. Set drive, 56 yards, 5 plays. Dolphin football continues from the Orange Bowl with a score. Miami 34, the Lions nothing. Thus far, Miami has permitted just 5 touchdowns by passing on the season through the air. And the league record in that department is 6, held by the 1970 Minnesota Vikings. So if they can shut the Lions out through the air, they will have set a new record in that department. They will have won their 26th ball game. Out of their last 28, will have established a new all-time percentage winning record in NFL history. That's the end of the third quarter of the ball game. Dolphin football action continues from the Orange Bowl with the score: Dolphins 34, the Lions nothing. Bill Kappelman, the former Florida State star, who still holds many records for the Seminoles, will be the quarterback. Ready to go to work on the Detroit Lions. They have a first and goal at the Dolphins' 1-yard line. 8 minutes, 50 seconds to play. And let's see if we can get a goal line stand here. The backs are Zofko and Crosswhite. Kappelman ready to go to work on the snap. Play fake. He is caught, breaks away, fires a pass the end zone, intercepted, and run out to about the 2-yard line, the 3-yard line. Henry Stuckey bangs the ball into the ground. He picked it off. Henry would have been smarter to down the ball in the end zone and have it brought out to the 20. But he was trying to run it upfield, and the tackle was made by Larry Walton, the man for whom it was intended. There is a timeout on the field. Dolphin football continues from the Orange Bowl with a score: Miami 34, the Lions nothing. We're ready to go to work. 5 minutes, 17 seconds left to play in the ball game. The Detroit Lions have the football at their 34. They have moved to the Dolphins' 2-yard line. Henry Stuckey picked off a pass, or rather 1-yard line. Henry Stuckey picked off a pass in the end zone, and they have not been able to score. Kappelman in the second half has done a much finer job. Here's the halfback option pass. Zofko throwing up the middle of the field. It is caught, a great catch by Jesse, down into Dolphins territory at the 32-yard line. Zofko took the pitch from the quarterback Kappelman and set up the halfback option pass and unleashed one to Ron Jesse, who made a great leaping catch. Against the Dolphin defense, Curtis Johnson was the man back, but Jesse caught it and is knocked down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. 35 yards on the pass completion, and the Lions are still trying to get in for a score. If they can't win it, they'd like to end the season at least scoring once. Bannon and Woods come back in on the goal line defense. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. It's 3rd down and 4 for a first down, 5 yards to go for a score. The only question in this ball game now is, can the Lions avert a shutout? Walton splits to the far side. Jesse comes to the near side. 3rd and 4 from the 5. Owens, he's got a touchdown over the right side. Steve Owens made the penetration up. Tremendous gap on the right side. He was hit a couple of times, but just bounced off people, and the Dolphins lose the shutout with 36 seconds to go. As the Lions march downfield, and Steve Owens scores from the 5-yard line. So with 36 seconds left to play, Dolphin football action will continue in 1 minute. The score: Miami 34, Detroit 7. Now the Dolphins will not get another playoff. They're just going to let the clock run out. Everybody moving as slowly as they can back to the huddle. And that's the end of the ball game. The final score: the Dolphins 34, the Lions 7. Their time next week will be at 12:50 Eastern Time on these network stations. Sunday, December the 23rd, for the first playoff game in the AFC. The Dolphins against either Cincinnati or Pittsburgh.